Hunting season is upon us, and it's time to get geared up for the blind. Winchester, the official ammunition of DUX Unlimited. Winchester has what you need to be successful this season with a great lineup of shot shell products, including Expert, Dry Lock, Final Pass, and Last Call Double Shot. Check out the brand new Final Pass, a premium steel blend load that utilizes 2 shot sizes for the perfect balance of pattern density and energy. Or try Last Call Double Shot with a devastating payload of tungsten and steel. Visit winchester.com to learn more and get ready for your next outdoor adventure.
Looking to build before next spring? Order now with Morton Buildings and get site prep savings by October 31st. Get ahead of winter weather and save big during Morton Buildings' Winter Build Sales Event. With offers this great, why wait? Visit mortonbuildings.com and click Get Started today. Certain restrictions may apply. Savings offer on new building purchases by October 31st, 2025. Building delivery required by April 30th, 2026. Contact your local Morton office for more details.
At DUX Unlimited, we know the outdoors belong to everyone. That's why we're excited to present Ascend, a new series celebrating the journeys of women in the outdoors. In every episode, you'll meet women who are exploring, learning, and connecting with nature in their own unique ways. Whether you're an experienced outdoors woman or just curious about getting started, this series is for you. Our mission is simple: to inspire more women to get outdoors, try new things, and connect with a community that understands the power of nature. We're here to share your stories. Ascend. Authentic women, outdoor adventures.
Can we do a mic check, please?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DUX Unlimited Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mike Brazier.
I'm your host, Katie Burke.
I'm your host, Dr. Jared Henson. And I'm your host, Matt Harrison.
Welcome to the DUX Unlimited Podcast, the only podcast about all things waterfowl. From hunting insights to science-based discussions about ducks, geese, and issues affecting waterfowl and wetlands conservation in North America. The DUPodcast, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, the official performance dog food of DUX Unlimited. Purina Pro Plan, always advancing. Also proudly sponsored by Bird Dog Whiskey and Cocktails. Whether you're winding down with your best friend or celebrating with your favorite crew, Bird Dog brings award-winning flavor to every moment. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Duck Den at DUX 2025, and not often do I feel like the lowest man on the totem pole in a group of people, but with this group sitting here, I may just turn it over to them. But Mr. Beau Brooks, Higdon Outdoors with us here, Justin Martin, man that needs no introduction, and Miss Maggie Williams, and we are so excited to have this crew on with us today. So let's just go around. Why don't you just, what's your feel right now?
Dude, this has been epic. Like 10 out of 10, incredible turnout. I mean, this is awesome.
I'm not a big trade show guy. Like, I don't go to a lot anymore. But when I went running this morning, and when I got done, I saw 2 people, standing over here.
What were you running from? Are you good?
My kids and my wife, they were still sleeping. But I was got downstairs, I saw 2 people standing in the pre-purchase line at 6:30. And I thought, There's no way they're here for the show. They may or may not have been here for somebody's exclusive calls or not. That's maybe what they told us, but they were here to meet the people.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody's here.
Yeah.
Everybody's here. No, it's fun, man. I told somebody this morning, I said, I looked around, and it's kind of like a full circle moment for me, because one of my very first events, not even as a Duck Commander employee, but at that time a Duck Commander volunteer, was the last time y'all were here in Memphis. So we're looking at like a 20-year cycle for me, and it was kind of surreal because now I'm the old guy. I'm the old head around here, because now I'm surrounded by Maggie and Beau and this next generation, which, by the way, they're killing it. I love both of these people, and not just because they're sitting here. I would say that regardless. And even coming over here, had to cut through the 24/7 guys line. So it's a really cool place where we are in the world of waterfowl.
Absolutely.
Like it's a super cool place, and man, just it's fun to be back in Memphis, right?
Right,
Like,
absolutely.
I'll tell you, Jimbo, I'm just so honored to be here. I'm a Northeast Arkansas girl, so I grew up right across the river from Memphis. And whenever I found out that the DU Expo was going to be in Memphis this year, I was so excited just because that's my local sense of community. And I have just seen the waterfowl culture be so rich here all my life. So it's something I'm very excited to be a part of, and it's been a great turnout. The energy in here has been wonderful, and my favorite part has obviously been hugging all the little girls here. It's been incredible to see.
Well, mine was looking for you earlier. She had to settle for me.
Oh.
But yes, and that's something special. But I know that we probably need to just take a moment, and I know you lost somebody very special in your life this week.
Yes, sir.
That meant a lot to you, and not to just you, but the entire waterfowling world. And
Absolutely.
And Miss Gail, you want to just speak to that a minute?
I would. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak about Miss Gail Camp. I told her daughter, Ann, as long as I get to tell my story, I would love to continue to tell hers, because her legacy is something that is so important that needs to live on. And I've been telling folks here what's so incredible about Miss Gail. She was a world champion duck caller before women in the United States were able to open a checking account on their own. So losing her was a very sad thing for our community, but I'm telling you, her legacy will live on much longer. And she was just a trailblazer. And I was so blessed and so honored to know her. And I'm so happy to be here in her hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, and able to celebrate her life.
I got to meet her about 12 years ago. She came by our church one afternoon. Some of the men's ministry was doing a wild game cook to try to blow up the men's ministry, and she came and blew the duck call. And it was really weird. There were a bunch of guys kind of blowing on it before that started. She blew it, and they were just sliding in their pockets. And, I mean, they were just humbled by how good at that age she could blow it, and nobody blew it again after she did.
She's
and
a ringer.
That spoke to her world champion.
Yes, sir.
And so, yeah, it's been a long time to have this. And you spoke to the community here in Memphis. And what's crazy is I consider it the Mid-South, right? Arkansas, Mississippi, Memphis. The waterfowl community is a Memphis, a Mid-South area, and it is. And a lot of people call this area their home. I know it's not home for you, right?
Long ways from
We're
home
a
for me.
long ways from home. So what in the waterfowl mecca that this area is and the South is, what are the waterfowl shows? Are these people crazier than other shows?
Oh, dude, yeah, this is wild. Like this is absolutely wild. I've never been a part of anything like this. I've been in the waterfowl industry since I was a little kid.
Yep.
You know, this is like, for me, it's just epic because I went to my little, Oregon Waterfowl Festivals where I met Phil and all these amazing people, and now we get to come full circle, and I'm getting to meet all these incredible people that I looked up to.
Yep. If you're, and I'm going to ask all three of y'all this, but if you're, and I've been amazed by all the kids.
Yes.
I have two kids myself, Trip and Leela, and they both of them hunt. And Leela shot her first duck last year, and so I'm in that time of my life of getting to step back like my dad did and watch my son take over and do the decoys and all that. If you're a little kid walking around here, what are you telling that kid that yourself then? What are you telling them to take in and to look at?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a deep one. I didn't know we were going that deep.
I just thought of it because I guess it kind of hit me with what she said about Miss Gail and the impact she made on her. But, I mean, sometimes I think we get caught up in the industry a little bit by just everything, right? Everything. And, like, if you could go back and tell yourself something, like, I think it would be ask questions.
Yeah.
To me, it'd be ask questions.
Yeah, ask the questions, but also don't get caught up in the moment of it. Like, to truly take it all in, because just like, from my perspective, right, we've lost some big people this
100%.
whole year, right? Like, and when your heroes start passing, it really lets you put things into perspective. And it's like, what can I do that they did? And it's pouring into that next generation of hunter, right? Taking the time to talk to these kids, taking the time. I mean, I've seen some of these kids at all these expos. I've watched them grow up. Like, they come up and show me pictures from 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Like, and you start seeing these things, and it's like, man, I hope I was the same guy then that I am now. And like, so for all of us, the most important thing is to be consistent in our message and what that means. And does it mean to hunt ducks? Absolutely. But I mean, it really means to love people, right? Like,
Amen.
Take the time for these kids. Like, as annoyed as you may be with lines and everything else, to make sure that kid, when he walks up to you, he or she walks up to you, to give them their 2 minutes where they mean everything in the world, right? And so that's a big deal for me, of trying to invest in that next generation, is to be intentional about the conversation I have with them, not just, hey man, how are you? Take a picture and move on. And so hopefully these kids pay attention to, and there's a lot of us, the ones that are still doing this now and are currently doing it, do that, and we do it well. And that's why we get to do what we do. And so hopefully these kids are just listening. Of course, ask the questions, but more than anything, just listen, be a sponge, take it all in, man.
That's I mean, losing, an icon in the sport, one of them in the year, but to lose Phil in this year, it's the love that he got showed the time he took for people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the same thing with Miss Gail, but I mean,
oh yeah, they reunited now.
Absolutely.
They probably both up there cutting down on it.
They're
right
calling all over this place right now.
That's a fact.
But I mean, he took the time.
Oh, he did. He took the time to, even in these expo situations, to have an uncomfortable conversation with a lot of people, and ask them about their future, and so something that we're really mindful of and trying to make sure that we do that too, carry on his legacy, because we know without that, then Duck Commander means nothing, right? And so we recognize that that's the reason for the platform that we do have. So,
absolutely.
I love that, Justin. And I'll tell you, Jimbo, to kind of follow up about Justin, the biggest thing I've been encouraging young women and young men as well is to obviously lead with courage and confidence. And obviously I love meeting all young waterfowlers, male or female, but having the opportunity to meet young girls, I can see a lot of them intimidated in this male-dominated space, and understandably so. So my biggest thing is getting to meet these young girls and encourage them and try to fill them up with encouragement and confidence, and just allow them to lead with a very brave soul. So encourage them to put themselves out there and not be afraid to, blow the duck calls with Beau and with Justin, and getting them involved hands-on. That's been really important to me.
And I've walked around a lot today, and I think that's one of the coolest things is there's a lot of people either on one knee or standing up and teaching a kid, because it's not the easiest thing to do.
Oh, no.
And we've all been annoyed. I have a 9-year-old sitting right over here that's annoyed me to the most, but if I ever discourage him, he's never going to want to do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly
right.
And
I think that's one thing that y'all, the three of you, can all talk about is influence in this next generation, because it's starting to, I just turned 40.
I'm staring down the barrel of it.
You're close. You're
3
not
weeks
close.
away.
You're not close. But listen,
not close yet.
I've been saying 39 plus 1 for the last few weeks, since last week. It was only a week ago. But we're starting to lose people in the industry, and somebody's going to have to carry this torch.
Yeah.
And it is the Maggies, and it's the next generation of girls. It is the Beaus. It's the guys that y'all are influencing now. Somebody in this room, one of these little youngsters in this room, is going to be sitting in these chairs 20 years from now.
Yeah.
And kudos to all of y'all for what you're doing.
We've met a lot of them, and through all those shows, and when we're at a public refuge or whatever it is, we've got a good crop of people coming up.
Let's go through.
I promise you.
Let's go through some fun stuff. Favorite thing to hunt?
Oh, don't ask me that. All right, man.
Give me 3.
A favorite duck to hunt is a widgeon. I love hunting turkeys and I love hunting elk.
That's got to be a Pacific thing.
It's 100% a Pacific thing. I mean, we got a lot of mallards.
Yep.
I get tired of shooting those things.
Don't tell everybody that.
That's one thing that I love. If I can pass one thing down to the kids and the next generation, I have a love for every species of duck.
Yep.
And I know that sounds maybe boring, but I'm like, the hooded merganser, that doesn't matter what it is a absolutely incredible animal in its own right, because I'm a photographer as well.
Yep.
And so Justin's over here cracking up, but they all have their own. That is what waterfowling is the whole thing.
Stay tuned to the DUX Unlimited podcast, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan and Bird Dog Whiskey, after these messages.
Hunting season is upon us, and it's time to get geared up for the blind. Winchester, the official ammunition of DUX Unlimited. Winchester has what you need to be successful this season with a great lineup of shot shell products, including Expert, Dry Lock, Final Pass, and Last Call Double Shot. Check out the brand new Final Pass, a premium steel blend load that utilizes 2 shot sizes for the perfect balance of pattern density and energy. Or try Last Call Double Shot with a devastating payload of tungsten and steel. Visit winchester.com to learn more and get ready for your next outdoor adventure.
Looking to build before next spring? Order now with Morton Buildings and get site prep savings by October 31st. Get ahead of winter weather and save big during Morton Buildings' Winter Build Sales Event. With offers this great, why wait? Visit mortonbuildings.com and click Get Started today. Certain restrictions may apply. Savings offer on new building purchases by October 31st, 2025. Building delivery required by April 30th, 2026. Contact your local Morton office for more details.
At DUX Unlimited, we know the outdoors belong to everyone. That's why we're excited to present Ascend, a new series celebrating the journeys of women in the outdoors. In every episode, you'll meet women who are exploring, learning, and connecting with nature in their own unique ways. Whether you're an experienced outdoors woman or just curious about getting started, this series is for you. Our mission is simple: to inspire more women to get outdoors, try new things, and connect with a community that understands the power of nature. We're here to share your stories. Ascend. Authentic women, outdoor adventures.
People that say they don't shoot certain ducks have never had a slow day.
That's a fact.
That I say that all the time. The people are like, I never shoot spoonies. I'm like, then you've never had a slow day.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've eaten spoonies. I have no
Spoonies
problem.
in Arkansas, and Maggie would probably agree with this.
Oh boy.
Spoonies in Arkansas that have been in rice fields towards the end of the season taste just as good as everything else.
I've
And from a man from Louisiana that eats coots, probably.
No, I don't fool with them coots.
Okay,
man.
all right. Well,
I've eaten coots. I like them. I take the legs.
I ain't been that hungry yet.
That's funny.
I ain't quite been there, but I'll shoot a ringneck with equal enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
It's a fact.
Like, you give me some jacks, there's no problem with jacks.
I know Justin well.
Yeah, me and Beau kind of bonded. Now, the one thing Beau does do that I'm like, I don't mess with, if that snow goose gets too close, he gonna get it. And I don't fool with them white things. But, they all, I'm like Beau, though, every duck, and I don't have to shoot it to appreciate it.
No.
Like, I love every duck except a gadwall. But,
Except the gadwall.
yeah, because he drives me absolutely insane. Like,
That's how I feel about pintails.
Yeah, so
That's a fact.
Yeah.
and that's the deal. But they all have their purpose. They all have their thing. Like, I just love them. I mean, they're, as much as I love to hunt them, I love to give to them. So like, it's just a really cool thing, man. I was classically trained a biologist, and then I end up here. So it's just kind of a full deal. But I do love them, man. That's the one thing I'm trying to teach my boys is the appreciation for them over just the fun that comes along with it. So
You know what water level gadwalls love?
I never heard this one before.
Nitty.
Oh, I like that.
I thought Beau was going to answer it for you. You ever heard that?
No, I haven't. I think Kelly tried to tell me one time, but I just can't get back past Kelly sometimes to hear what he's saying.
Well, Kelly Powers was one of those to me when I was fresh out of college and getting into the industry, that took the time to shake my hand and spent about 20 minutes with me one time. And I have the utmost respect for Kelly and his family. And he was one of those to me. He was that kind of person that I wanted to be.
Yep.
And just because of the way he carried himself, not only with young people, but the way he just carried himself in general. And he's one of the people that I love. I've always
he's incredible.
His whole family's great. All right, you're up. You're hunting in Arkansas, and then we're gonna come back to you with the duck collar around your neck. What is your go-to?
I'm not going to get on the DUX Unlimited podcast and tell any lies. I mean, as an Arkansas girl, I cannot not say that hunting mallard ducks is the greatest privilege of all. That is what I grew up hunting. My dad told me we're not duck hunters, we're mallard hunters. And as I've grown up, that perspective has obviously changed, but that was the culture in Northeast Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
The men in the 90s and the 80s, in the heyday of Arkansas, they went to hunt mallards. And obviously times are changing and things are shifting, and I've grown to appreciate all duck species. I've had so much fun traveling and hunting and experiencing the hunt and so many different kinds of ducks. But I grew up hunting mallards, and that will always be so special to me.
Only in the timber?
I didn't hunt in a rice field till I was 16 years old.
Oh, man.
I grew up in the flood timber because we didn't have a lease, we didn't have a club, we didn't have private land, we had to hunt the public woods. So I'm very thankful that's where I got to cut my teeth duck hunting.
What's your favorite?
Ooh, well, that's a loaded question.
Maybe not favorite, but what do you feel most comfortable?
If you give me one to pick, I'm probably going to pick green winged teal.
Yeah.
Louisiana boy right there.
Yeah. Well, and I love to eat them, right? So there's definitely a hierarchy in table fare and ducks. So there's definitely that mallard. He pretty. That's about where he stops. He looks good in a picture, but he will spend time on a sewage pond with equal enthusiasm as flooded timber. So
that is true.
He's quite a diverse little critter. So, but them green wings and them woodies. I mean I grew up busting beaver ponds for wood ducks in North Louisiana. So I love woodies. I love hunting woodies. And then my master's research was actually on wood ducks. So me and the woody goes way back. And so the little ducks, man. But I'm not gonna lie. Big fat mallard drake, he's gonna get it too. Like that doesn't bother me. But a perfect limit for me is not 4 and 2. It's generally like 2, 2, 1, 1. Like just kind of a variety pack. I love hunting WRP for that reason because all ducks use it. Yep. And so definitely not a purist of any sorts, but definitely I now being about 40, I don't shoot brown ones anymore. It's a boys' party, and if it means I'm coming out 1 or 2 shy, then sorry, I'm just gonna shoot boys, man, and that's okay. That's just where I've graduated to in life. Like it is what it is. So
limits don't mean anything more. It's more about the story of the hunt now.
Absolutely,
and I think that comes with age.
Oh yeah, because there used to be a day I chased that L word hard.
Oh,
like I'd sit there another 2 hours to get the last one, which was dumb. Just like it's the dumbest thing ever. But I did it, and so guilty. And so when people say they're doing that, I'm like, you'll get there one day.
Yes,
you'll get there where that don't matter. You'll get there where that sausage and biscuit means just as much as that last.
When
duck.
that belly starts talking to you and you have no snacks left in your bag, you're leaving.
Yeah,
you're leaving. So let's talk about this. We're going to go through real quick. I know we're on a tight schedule here because all of y'all are very popular here. Talk about your duck call and the exclusive that you had this weekend because I think it was a big hit for you.
Absolutely. We talk about Kelly, right? Kelly gave me a chance 8 years ago. I was doing my own call company before I met Kelly. He met me just a buck-toothed child at NWTF, and he and just this dorky dude, and he just he gave me a chance, and I've worked, and I said, Kelly, I want to do a duck call that I really like, and Brooke gets all the credit because Brooke and I sat downstairs and we worked on this thing, and we have a lot of people of every different caliber that run duck calls, and I've seen where people like our duck calls. I see where people don't like our duck calls. And I just wanted to make one that was for everybody that I could make to them. And so we messed around, and I love Kelly to death. He has every duck call that we sell is a black duck call. So I'm like, I'm not doing that if it has my name on it. I'm going to choose the wildest colors I can choose because I'm wildest dude, and Kelly he says, my goodness. When he saw that call, he's like, my goodness, Beau, those are crazy colors, Beau. But it's just incredible. Like the coolest part is we had people that drove all night from, South Texas, from Louisiana, from PA, and
Pennsylvania. Yep.
And I was talking to Kelly, and Kelly's like, they're like, oh, you wouldn't have done that. And we were laughing, and him and I both said, you know what? No, we would have. I'm like, when I was growing up, if I heard that Phil was showing up to Oregon or California, I would have drove all the way there all night and just to shake his hand and get that duck call. And what I wanted to do is I wanted people to not be disappointed. I wanted it to be a work of art. At the same time, I wanted to be able to work on it for them right there.
Man, you ought to be so proud. I know it's a long time in coming for you, and you've put out tons of amazing calls, but to see what happened here was just awesome.
It is the funnest thing ever, and what's even cooler though is when we get into season and just seeing everybody when they start texting me. They got their first turkey. They shot their first shoveler. You know, you just bring them in, and yep. it's just it's just so special though that we're like as a 16-year-old kid in Washington standing in the rain walking back and forth, you know, I'm sitting here in a place that I never in a million years thought I'd be.
Yeah.
And everyone knows me as a turkey guy, right? But I'm telling you, I'm a duck hunting. I grew up a duck hunter. I grew up with a 5-acre flooded corn complex in my backyard. I sat out there for hours every night.
Yeah.
Ducks are my blood.
And I think none of us probably would have, if you could have asked us when we were this age, hey, do you think you'll be sitting at a DU Expo or any show in a chair on a podcast that people are lining up to see you, not me, but you three for sure. I'm just get the lucky one to sit here and talk to y'all. But I don't think you would have thought that. And that's just, it's hard work, it's dedication, it's passion for the sport, it's love, and it's really listening. And you said it earlier, like just taking all this stuff in and taking what you learned from others. All three of y'all said that, what you've learned from other people in passion and time and effort and done it. And I think that, you know, man, I've loved Higdon from day one. I was really fortunate to I sent a cold email years ago, and I don't know if you know this, to Higdon Outdoors because we were struggling to find decoys here locally to use in our event system. And John Higdon wrote me back, and we talked on the phone for 7 hours one day about a DU program in 2010, and that's where the whole Higdon DU program began, was me, wow. John, and Ben Higdon talking, and I drove up to Paducah one day. And so my respect for those guys is off the charts. And then Kelly and the Powers Call Group came on, and then you came on shortly after I kind of left the field staff and came in this role. But, man, watching these people in sprint. I sat here. We opened the show right here, and I watched kids sprint and adults sprint. And wherever they were going for that exclusive hat, which I never thought exclusive hats would be why people showed up to shows. But, they were sprinting, and then they would take a direction. And I knew where they go. Yep, they're going after the last few calls that are left. They're going after the hat back here. And it's so fun to watch kids do that.
Yep.
And it's
community.
It is.
Because we are a duck hunting community.
Yep.
It's the best.
What's your go-to call? Because I know you don't have a lot.
No, I don't. I did it. So I launched a signature series with Duck Commander 2 years ago. Kind of same deal. Did a limited run of 200 the first year, and we sold them in 24 hours online. It was crazy. Never thought that day would ever happen. And so now we redid it. So we left the first 200, and so I retooled it a little bit. And so now I use my signature series, which is just my take on one of Phil's original cut-down magnums. Cut-down magnum, double reed, all the things. So that's my number one, man. It hangs around my neck. It's something I'm proud of. And that if you order one from Duck Commander, I still build every one of them.
That's so cool.
It's got my name on it, so I sit down and build every one of them. I don't let the guys in the shop do it. That one is mine. It's my baby.
Same with you. That's so cool.
So if it does happen to have a little Copenhagen spit in it, I'll apologize. I try to get that all out of there, but sometimes, we don't charge extra for it.
That's right. That's original. What's your go-to?
So I grew up blowing J-frames in the woods with my dad, and as I have gotten older, I have evolved to love a cut down.
There you
go. He was bragging on Kelly. I think Kelly makes a fine duck call, and I have loved having the ignition by power calls on my lanyard. Preferably one that Beau or Brooke can get a hold of. If I can have them tune it to the way I like it, it will rip. So anyway,
really, Brooke. Brooke is awesome at it.
Beau has put his hands on several of my duck calls, and they've turned out wonderfully. But I love the ignition. It's a great cut down. I think it's really user friendly, especially for a cut down, and I've really enjoyed it.
I've been blowing duck calls all my life, and I still send mine back to Brooke. Yeah. Can you turn this one up for me?
Brooke.
Now you.
Brooke's amazing.
Well, we are we're wrapping up, but we have an announcement. This is the first time we are making an announcement really quick. And I am going to turn this over to Justin to make an announcement. Breaking news that we just found out about 5 minutes before we walked onto the set.
I'd had no idea this was coming, but apparently the boss will be here tomorrow. He is coming over from Fayetteville to spend the night in Memphis. So Willie Robertson will be at the DU Expo tomorrow. he's going to get here, and I suppose I'm going to be headed back home. So we'll high-five in the lobby, and I'll say it's your turn, And no, it's really cool, and that tells you what kind of buzz is around it where Willie thought enough to say, you know what, I actually will go over there. So, and it's not something that we don't ever ask those guys to do that stuff anymore. We invite them, but we wouldn't ever ask them to do it just because they're at such different stages of their lives with grandkids and ministry and all the things that, it's really cool that he volunteered. He was not anything. He just called and said, yeah, get me a room.
That's what he heard.
So, you know what we say? Yes. So I don't know if we were able to get him a room or if one of us will give up our room and we'll share with somebody else or whatever. But we'll figure that out. So
absolutely.
Not a problem.
I'll have you, Justin.
Yeah.
You come stay with me.
He said, that's so exciting for this show. It was big time when they came and talked to us about it. So, yes, Willie Robertson will be here midday tomorrow. We don't have an exact time, but we will post that when we find out. But the boss man himself, a lot of people.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild.
He doesn't do many of these.
No,
it's going to be
incredible.
Crazy town.
So, from all of us here in the Duck Den with the big news, thank you, Beau, so much. Thank you, Maggie. I know you got somewhere else to go. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Incredible place to have these three on this set. And with the big breaking news, we will be back here in just a little bit. But for now, thank you all from DUX, Memphis 2025. See you soon.
Thank you for listening to the DU Podcast, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, the official performance dog food of Ducks Unlimited. Purina Pro Plan, always advancing. Also proudly sponsored by Bird Dog Whiskey and Cocktails. Whether you're winding down with your best friend or celebrating with your favorite crew, Bird Dog brings award-winning flavor to every moment. Enjoy responsibly. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit DUX.org/DUPodcast. Opinions expressed by guests do not necessarily reflect those of Ducks Unlimited. Until next time, stay tuned to the Ducks.
Hunting season is upon us, and it's time to get geared up for the blind. Winchester, the official ammunition of Ducks Unlimited. Winchester has what you need to be successful this season with a great lineup of shot shell products, including Expert, Dry Lock, Final Pass, and Last Call Double Shot. Check out the brand new Final Pass, a premium steel blend load that utilizes 2 shot sizes for the perfect balance of pattern density and energy. Or try Last Call Double Shot with a devastating payload of tungsten and steel. Visit Winchester.com to learn more and get ready for your next outdoor adventure.
Looking to build before next spring? Order now with Morton Buildings and get site prep savings by October 31st. Get ahead of winter weather and save big during Morton Buildings' Winter Build Sales Event. With offers this great, why wait? Visit MortonBuildings.com and click Get Started today. Certain restrictions may apply. Savings offer on new building purchases by October 31st, 2025. Building delivery required by April 30th, 2026. Contact your local Morton office for more details.
At Ducks Unlimited, we know the outdoors belong to everyone. That's why we're excited to present Ascend, a new series celebrating the journeys of women in the outdoors. In every episode, you'll meet women who are exploring, learning, and connecting with nature in their own unique ways. Whether you're an experienced outdoors woman or just curious about getting started, this series is for you. Our mission is simple: to inspire more women to get outdoors, try new things, and connect with a community that understands the power of nature. We're here to share your stories. Ascend. Authentic women, outdoor adventures.